So they could actually maybe have this ceremony at this resort that's her neighbor, and then later have have the ceremony there and then have a party there, or maybe even like do both.
Buckle up, because this lineup of Swift-related chaos is the kind of Hollywood bingo card nobody saw coming. First up, things get messy as reports claim Taylor Swift and Hugh Jackman were right there when Ryan Reynolds confronted Justin Baldoni over allegedly fat-shaming Blake Lively, turning a casual hangout into a tear-streaked courtroom reboot. And then, because Taylor never does anything halfway, insiders say she's planning not one, but 3 Bachelorette parties before tying the knot with Travis Kelce.
They want to keep it very private and, have a smaller ceremony. So it would make sense. Right now, her Rhode Island mansion is actually under renovation.
Next, rumor has it Disney might want her as their next princess, because why not add a castle to the schedule?
I think anything is possible.
And while that's brewing, Ed Sheeran clears the air on their supposed feud.
I'm not self-conscious about my relationship with her. We've been friends for very, very many years.
Finally, Harry Styles and Zoë Kravitz spark wedding guest theories after their Roman getaway. Picture this. You walk into what you think is going to be a chill, celebrity-filled hangout, and instead you stumble straight into a Hollywood showdown that feels one dramatic pause away from a full-blown soap opera. Yep, that's the vibe inside this penthouse scene, where some of the biggest stars on the planet end up watching a moment so awkward it could curdle milk. Apparently, Taylor and Hugh Jackman are just hanging out in Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's New York penthouse back in April 2023, when Justin Baldoni shows up for what he probably believes is a friendly little meeting. Except Ryan is not in a friendly little mood. According to insiders, Ryan basically lets loose on Justin for allegedly poking around Blake's weight, and the whole thing reportedly gets so intense that Justin ends up embarrassed, apologizing, and even shedding a few tears. And Swift? Jackman? Yep, still right there in the room, probably wondering how they accidentally walked into a live-action courtroom drama. Fast forward to now, and Blake's lawsuit against Justin is gearing up for a March 2026 trial. Things escalated way beyond that penthouse moment, and her team even listed Taylor and Jackman as potential witnesses. Jackman already showed support by attending the 2024 premiere of It Ends With Us, posing with Blake and Ryan like it's all love, at least on the red carpet. Meanwhile, Taylor's team keeps stressing she has zero creative involvement in the movie itself, aside from letting them use one song. Insiders say her name keeps popping up just because it grabs attention, not because she had anything to do with the chaos behind the scenes. There was also that moment reported elsewhere where Blake allegedly timed a meeting so Taylor would walk into the penthouse right as Justin was leaving, basically creating the world's most strategically awkward introduction. And don't forget Blake's team accusing Justin of secretly calling her trainer to comment on her body, while Justin's side insisted he needed her weight for a lift scene due to long-term back issues. And speaking of tension-filled surprises, Taylor's wedding prep is rolling in with just as much plot twist energy, because apparently one bachelorette party is way too basic for a woman who built an empire out of Easter eggs and emotional damage. Word on the street is that Taylor is gearing up for not 1, not 2, but 3, and maybe even 4 Bachelorette-style getaways before she officially becomes Mrs. Kelce. Honestly, this isn't a bridal era. This is a full-season world tour with matching pajamas. She wants to hit all her favorite hotspots like New York, Nashville, the Bahamas, and Italy. You know, the usual casual weekend choices for people who own more Grammys than kitchen magnets. The whole goal is apparently to soak up the vibes with her closest girls, plan a wedding in between beach naps, and basically bond in luxury like it's a friendship Olympics.
So they could actually maybe have this ceremony at this resort that's her neighbor, and then later have have the ceremony there and then have a party there, or maybe even like do both.
Of course, Selena Gomez and Gigi Hadid are reportedly stepping in as bridesmaids, and they're not just showing up for the group photos. They're deep in the planning trenches with Taylor's mom Andrea and Kelce's mom Donna. According to those in the loop, these bridesmaids are basically operating like a cross between a military unit and a Pinterest board, talking constantly through calls, texts, FaceTimes, Zooms, probably smoke signals too at this point, just to make sure everything is flawless. Selena, fresh off her own wedding to Benny Blanco, is said to be throwing out ideas left and right, determined to help give Taylor the kind of bridal experience that sparks at least 5 chart-topping singles. Everyone in the squad is reportedly hyped and ready to serve, treating Taylor like the sister who absolutely must have the most iconic pre-wedding season ever. And while the squad is busy crafting the ultimate pre-wedding girl boss Olympics, Hollywood is now whispering about Taylor potentially leveling up from chart-topping bride-to-be to full-blown Disney royalty, because apparently the universe thinks she doesn't have enough on her plate. Word on the street is that Disney is eyeing her for a princess role, which honestly feels like the most chaotic yet perfect timing ever. Imagine planning 4 bachelorettes and practicing your enchanted forest twirls. Elite multitasking. So here's the tea. Insiders started buzzing after a certain industry tipster dropped a little online grenade claiming Disney wants Taylor to play a princess. No specifics, no confirmation, just enough breadcrumbs to send the internet into meltdown mode. Fans immediately started connecting dots to the long-rumored live-action Tangled remake that's been simmering since late 2024. Rapunzel? The tower? The hair? Tell me that doesn't sound like Swift-coded symbolism waiting to happen. But before Swifties start crocheting frying pan merch, the word from the grapevine says she hasn't actually been cast in anything. Another well-known insider has been hinting that Taylor was just one of many ideas floating around, because apparently Disney is speed dating half of Hollywood for this movie. Florence Pugh's name has been tossed into the ring. Kathryn Hahn is said to be on Disney's wish list for Mother Gothel, which honestly feels like chef's kiss casting. And then Mandy Moore, the OG Rapunzel herself, chimed in at one point, suggesting Sabrina Carpenter would rock the 50-foot hair, which sent the internet into its own separate spiral. To make things even more chaotic, someone else claimed that an actress from The White Lotus is actually the frontrunner, but didn't bother to say which one, leaving everyone playing Clue Tangled Edition. Gigi Hadid even revealed she auditioned way back before the film stalled in early development, proving that literally everyone wants a shot at swinging from magical hair like a glamorous Disney Tarzan. Other names get thrown around too. Sarah Catherine Hook, Amy Lou Wood, Sydney Sweeney, basically half the rising star list. Meanwhile, Scarlett Johansson casually mentioned she'd be down for Mother Gothel if she got to work with the rumored director, Michael Gracie, who's apparently the creative wizard at the center of this whole thing.
What would excite me about it would be the opportunity to work with Michael Gracie, who's attached to direct the film, because he is just absolutely an extraordinary visionary, and any actor would love to have a collaboration with him.
And while Disney is juggling its entire princess roster like a chaotic talent show, another saga is bubbling up, this time starring Ed Sheeran, a man who somehow becomes feuding with Taylor Swift every time he so much as blinks. Honestly, at this point, the internet treats their friendship like a soap opera with seasonal cliffhangers, but Ed is shutting that all the way down with the energy of someone who has zero interest in fandom fiction. Insiders say Ed recently opened up about where things actually stand between him and Taylor, and spoiler alert, the drama people keep inventing might as well be fanfic written during a caffeine overdose. According to him, they had a massive hours-long catch-up right after she got engaged, the kind of chat where you forget the world exists, forget your tea's gone cold, and realize you accidentally talked about everything except your own jobs. Classic best friend chaos.
I'm not self-conscious about my relationship with her. We've been friends for very, very many years. And I saw her a week after that happened.
Yeah.
So I did that interview and then I saw her, and you talk in person. I saw Taylor, we had like a 4-hour catch-up, and it's life stuff rather than like, I don't know, it's,
He even admitted he found out about the engagement at the same time as the rest of us because he's on a self-imposed phone and social media detox. That means his friendship with Taylor basically runs on "see you when I see you," which he insists works perfectly because every time they link up, they just snap back into their usual groove like no time passed. Imagine ghosting the internet for weeks and still being tighter with Taylor Swift than people who track her jet routes for sport.
We see each other when we see each other, and when we see each other, we lock back into where we left off, and yeah.
I love it.
As for the rumored tension after Taylor dropped her album so close to his, Ed brushed that off too, saying they talked it out a week later and it wasn't the apocalypse fans made it out to be. Insiders say he sees the whole thing as just part of being in the same industry, not some Machiavellian chart war showdown. He also joked that going phone-free makes him impossible to reach, which probably explains why Andy Cohen was stunned when Ed confessed he learned about the engagement through Instagram like a regular mortal. No secret text, no heads up, nothing, just vibes and a Wi-Fi signal.
How did you find out about the engagement? Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Like everyone else. You didn't even get a DM in advance.
No.
Still, that didn't stop a certain music world source from whispering that Ed was a little annoyed about the album timing, but honestly, if Ed himself isn't losing sleep over it, why is everyone else acting like it's a global crisis? And while everyone is still busy overanalyzing whether Ed Sheeran's lack of a pre-engagement DM means the world is ending, the universe decides to spice things up with Harry Styles and Zoë Kravitz turning Rome into their own rom-com trailer. And suddenly the Swift-Kelce wedding theory starts spreading faster than a TikTok conspiracy. These two were living their best gelato-flavored fantasy, him brushing her nose like they're auditioning for a perfume commercial, her leaning on his shoulder like the cover art of an indie vinyl, and boom, the internet takes one look and collectively screams, he's going to Taylor's wedding. Because obviously that's where the brain goes when celebrities dare to look happy in Italy. Fans immediately jump into X like they're writing the season finale of a very dramatic TV show, crafting scenarios where Harry gently strolls into the ceremony with Zoe on his arm, all while performing some emotional acoustic number that leaves Travis Kelce questioning every decision he's ever made. One user even insisted this is a full circle moment for him and Taylor, as if life is secretly a YA novel and we're all just along for the vibes. But just as the Rome fantasy reaches maximum fanfiction energy, another twist drops. Insiders whisper that the wedding venue might actually shift to Taylor's Rhode Island estate. You know, the casual $17 million beach mansion that looks like it was built specifically for swoony drone footage. That immediately sends fans into another spiral, trying to figure out where Harry and Zoe fit into a guest list already stacked with names like Selena Gomez and Gigi Hadid, who are reportedly bridesmaid level locked in. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.